Dude, YouTubers are broken people, all right? Myself included. I get why people make fun of us so much now. You know, before I'd get defensive, right? I'd be like, hey man, my job is awesome, okay? Which it is. I'm not saying that it's not, but I get why everybody like thinks that YouTubers are like the fucking scum of the earth, because holy fuck, dude. I'm going on Twitter, right? And Ricky Berwick's like flexing about how he's verified in every social media. He's like, this is better than sex. And it's like literally Valentine's Day. And then fucking Jaden's uploading like a fucking response to like drama or something on Christmas Day. And then Creepshow Art's uploading like a fucking 90-page document on like New Year's Eve about how she's redeemed. I'm like, I get it now, you know? Like from the outside looking in, yeah, we all look like insane people. I get it. I totally understand. I'm not even faulting anybody for thinking otherwise. I had somebody tweet at me today because I was making fun of Hassan. I had somebody tweet at me today. They were like, you know, you can't really make fun of Hassan. I mean, you read tweets for a living. Which, I don't know why that's addressed at me. That sounds more of like a Bo Black's insult. But I mean, I guess if you look at a lot of my content, it is me reading tweets and responding to them. And watching videos and responding to them and stuff like that, right? So, I mean, I was just sitting there thinking, I'm like, I mean, yeah. Like, I could get defensive and be like, no, my content's high effort. I think a lot about what I say, and I think I do a good job being entertaining. Or, you know, I could get defensive, right? But A, that sounds spurky and, like, insecure. And B, who the fuck cares, you know? So what? Yeah, I do read tweets for a living. What can I really say about that, you know? I mean, yeah, sure. It kind of goes into, like, this phenomenon I noticed where, like, a lot of YouTubers, and I've talked about this a ton before, so I'm not, at this point, I'm just repeating myself, but I mean, every person who's, like, a professional YouTuber, quote-unquote, they, like, seethe and hate it. They want to be something so much more, something so greater than a professional YouTuber. They want to be, like, a comedian, or a boxer, or a musician, or a rapper, or literally anything else, a web developer or something like that. And most of them, like, yeah, maybe they're decent at rapping. Maybe they're all right at making music, you know? Maybe they're, you know, semi-competent at coding. Or maybe they're decently funny and they, you know, did some decent stand-up routines or something like that. Maybe they crushed an open mic and, you know, felt good about themselves, sure. But at the end of the day, their primary, like, you know, talent, their primary gig is still YouTube, and they seethe at that. You know who's a good example of this? Nicole Arbor. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if you remember who Nicole Arbor is. Do you guys remember Nicole Arbor? She was the chick that made the I hate fat people video, or like dear fat people, that everybody like got really mad at for some reason. I thought the video itself was painfully unfunny. But just the concept of making a video shitting on fat people, I mean, we shit on people all the time. It's funny, you know? It's just entertainment. But what I find infinitely more offensive than her Dear Fat People video is that time she went on Luis J. Gomez's show. This is like top tier cringe. So the short of it is like Nicole Arbor, she's a YouTuber. That's where she got the majority of her fame and money from. But she wants to be like this fucking standout like female comic, right? She wants to be like the greatest female comedian of all time. There's just one problem with that, right? She fucking sucks, okay? She's not funny.
About Skankfest.
Hell yeah.
That was cool. And I was like,
we're considering changing the name.
No, you know
Arborfest? All right, what do you say?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Totally, yeah.
I was mostly mad. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker named his whole podcast shit of me and my college friends.
Hell yeah.
Bitch, there's gotta be some IP shit going on there.
So, obviously the premise of this video is going to be about how much she is terrible.
You're like a YouTube star, right? Or something like that?
Ish. I'm just a comedian. And then I just did YouTube stuff because they wanted me to post videos on YouTube.
Do you make money off of YouTube?
I'm doing good. Like, I'm not a YouTuber. That's like a thing. I'm literally I was a stand-up comic for a very long time. Got in a bad car accident, so I couldn't do stand-up because I couldn't stand up.
Oh my god, dude. It's so bad. So instantly they're questioning her. They're like, so you're a YouTuber, right? Like, that's what you do. You do YouTube, right? And instantly she gets defensive, right? So she's like, no, well, I do YouTube on the side, it's just something I do on the occasion. But I'm a comic. I'm a stand-up comic, except I can't stand up. Lol. That's the joke. It fucking sucks. It's not funny.
And then I was like, well, fuck, I can film myself like this.
Did you just include one of your jokes on the show just now?
I didn't. No. No. Are you okay? Can I? Oh, I'll keep going. Okay.
And then she instantly gets mad when they goof on her, right? Like the number one thing, right? Like if you're gonna be like a fucking comedian is you're gonna get your fucking balls busted. You're gonna get shit on, mercilessly. I mean, sometimes people might shit on you just for fun. Sometimes they might do it to rip your fucking soul in half, You gotta be prepared for that, right? But she can't. She instantly gets mad and defensive, which who wants to listen to somebody tell jokes when this is how they respond when the joke is on them, right?
Okay, so I just started filming my shit.
But there's a thing like if someone says you're like successful from YouTube where you seem to.
She did get defensive.
Oh, I hate that.
You're like, no, I'm a
99%
comedian, totally a
Okay, so here she goes mask off and admits that it's an insecurity of hers.
comedian. You would admit though that your drawing power comes directly from YouTube, right?
Facebook more. Like Facebook and Instagram more.
Oh, you put a
the
lot
internets.
of the stand-up content out.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
Actually, honestly, I used to be a cheerleader for the Toronto Raptors. Like, actually, for real, I was a cheerleader for the Toronto Raptors. And it was friggin' sucked. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Put a lot of that. I'm so excited to go back to stand up now. Yeah.
Every girl that likes me acts like this at first. Literally every fucking girl. So.
I just have to believe you. I'm
sorry that I have to fucking drag you into reality. That's your future. Look at it.
No,
What's up?
I don't want to look at that.
What up, girl? This is it.
This hurts my soul.
This is fucking happening.
This whole thing hurts my soul a little.
You got some success off YouTube, and you don't want to be considered a YouTuber now. So now you're doing stand-up shows exclusively, or you're still doing YouTube videos? You are.
No, I never really did YouTube videos. I just threw my shit on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, and then most people watch.
But it's
it
in
on
the
Facebook.
style of the fucking vlog, two camera cuts between things.
Just one camera, just me talking to the.
I love the subtext. She literally released a YouTube video about this episode. Yeah, after this episode came out, she did so horribly on this podcast that not only did it go viral, she made a video where she was like, misogynistic comedian, shits on me or something like that. That's the video basically, right? So where she complains about how, Lewis was hitting on her the entire time on the show and how he basically sucks for that and how he's a dick. So all of that basically, right? One thing that I remember when this episode came out, she brought her own camera crew, right? To record her own copy of the show so that any clips she used were technically her own content, right? Which is interesting, kind of smart, I guess, from her perspective, right? But yeah, she was definitely pretty defensive on this show, very defensive afterwards when it came out. I mean, she's literally like the fucking female Deaf Noodles, basically. Yeah, somebody in chat literally wrote, it's literally Deaf Noodles. I mean, yeah, basically, right? She's not funny, but she wants to be seen as funny.
Vlog, two camera cuts between things.
Just one camera, just me talking to the cam for a couple minutes, and then pop it up and do my editing and stuff. And then, yeah. But then I was doing so many live shows too and so many other things that's what I'm mostly going to be doing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize. Duh. I'm stupid. The video that she made is literally on the screen. Nicole Arbor destroys sexist comedy festival owner. Yeah, nobody got destroyed. And this podcast is evident of that.
That's what I'm mostly going to be doing.
So where did you see him at? This guy doing stand-up.
The big comedy club in Austin.
Cap City.
Yes, Cap City. He had 5 sold-out shows that weekend. I love this conversation because I love that comics because I came from doing stand-up for every years. I was gonna say, who's
She's she can't even speak fucking English, dude. Oh.
really hot is your ex's new boyfriend.
It's just terrible.
She touched my leg.
It's just fucking terrible.
She touched it.
Whoa.
No, I'm good now. I'm done. We're done.
You
We're good.
you just came?
Now yep.
Nice.
Done. We're even.
Wow.
First time that's ever happened for you?
Do you have a boyfriend, Nicole?
Maybe.
Do you?
Whoa.
Maybe.
She's no. You know what it is?
Believe it.
She doesn't want to say it because
Nope.
she knows that'll fuck it. She does have a boyfriend. Here's what happened. I know exactly what happened.
I know
You're
exactly
gonna be
too.
the only
Boyfriend will
people
be
who
mad.
follow you.
By the way, this whole show, they're obviously just fucking with her the entire time. They're trolling the shit out of her. And it's so funny to me how she doesn't really know how to respond, right? Because she gets mad and defensive in some parts, but then in other parts she like attempts to at least look like she's playing along with it. I don't know, man. It's so bad.
If she says no.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying the only people that follow you. I'm just saying that you do have a Doodly fan base.
I don't actually. It's 55% women. Hey, analytics.
Yeah, that's true. That's what Trump said about who voted for
Yeah,
him.
right.
I don't believe those numbers.
No,
I'm just saying.
It's true.
I'm just kidding. I'm just.
The reason you don't talk about your boyfriend is because you know that it'll fucking turn off a certain sect of your fan base.
It literally doesn't. Like, I get nothing on. If I post sexy photos, it's actually upsetting to me. Nobody gives a fuck.
That's not true.
They don't.
That's not true.
Okay, maybe you
pull
give a
up
fuck.
pull up her Instagram right now. I don't believe
Maybe
it.
you give a fuck.
I don't fucking believe it.
Oh, pull it up.
I don't believe
When
it.
I post videos, 100,000 people
Sir.
watch them.
Okay, all right. So let's go here.
right.
Okay.
They're just fucking airing her out in front of her, right? Like they're like, you're full of shit. Pull up the Instagram. Let's see those comments.
So go to.
So hold on, whoa.
Yeah,
Let's
you
nice and easy. All right, so we'll do the picture of you with your book and this guy.
Yeah.
Click on it. How many likes? Well, how many? 7,915.
Most people are not into marketing. So
Okay,
they
so
have to
go
pay for that.
down
Okay.
to the picture of her right there. That one.
Okay, not that great.
25,000.
Now go to a video.
What are you talking
Now
about?
go to a video.
But no, what I'm saying is when they actually click like, they're actually going through the action of liking it. So
This is so fucking awkward.
Dude, she gets fucking exposed in front of them, right? And then she instantly just does it. She's like, this sucks. I don't like this.
no, it's
What's
not.
awkward?
Yes,
What's
this
wrong?
Is awkward.
She's getting.
I mean, it's just an interesting thing that you're saying that like.
It is an interesting
mean-
thing that you guys are acting.
You don't
like
think that
the
you
views
having
I'm
hot-
getting are because of the way I look when
No,
people-
Well,
You're
you're the one
self-conscious.
that wanted to go to videos. I mean, we were.
It's also really funny when they pull up her Instagram, right? Because they'll show like her like announcing like, you know, a special or like even like a YouTube video that she's made, right? And it gets significantly less interaction than when she's whoring out, basically, right? Now, I don't know. I haven't been on her Instagram. I don't know if she's like a fucking whore or something, right? I'm just saying that to be an asshole, right? It's just funny to me, right? Because like she gets very obviously uncomfortable when people point out that most people only really give a shit about her looks and not really her content. You know what I mean, right? And obviously, yeah, I mean, anyone would get upset if you break them down like that, right? Like people don't actually give a shit what you have to say. Like anybody who hears that would get upset, right? Except she chose to enter a world and an atmosphere where she should have expected that this would be all she hears. The way she combats this is by being funny or doing something interesting, right? Which she's pretty much incapable of doing. So why thrust yourself into this world in the first place, right? Doesn't make any sense.
Going off of likes of posts originally.
And then she tries to sit here and play the victim, right? After the show comes out, she's like, this sexist comedian bullied me on a show. Okay. That's like if you challenge somebody to a boxing fight and then you got beat up in the ring and then you made a video being like, this guy beat me up in the boxing ring. Yeah, you challenge him to a fucking boxing fight, you dumb fuck. Going on being a fucking comedian and going on a show and getting roasted doesn't somehow earn you the ability to be able to complain about it later, right? This is not just some random girl that they're just picking on for no reason. She's a comedian, right? She's entered their world. So they're going to respond like how they respond. And if she's not capable of dealing with that, well, she picked the wrong fucking industry, right? Just be a YouTuber. That's literally, that's my message of this segment, right? Just be a fucking YouTuber. Because if you can't do anything else, well, fuck it. There's no shame in just doing YouTube, right? Like, I think I'm decently funny or whatever, but like, if I start running around calling myself a fucking comedian, dude, the natural response from people is going to be, well, tell a joke or do something funny. And I don't want that pressure, man. Fuck that. That sounds like fucking AIDS. All right. No, I'm a YouTuber. That's what I am. I make no exceptions about it. All right. That's what I am. I'm a YouTuber. Expect what you're going to get. Okay.
But what I do for a living is make videos, comedy videos.
I'm not saying-
as a chick who's fucking
Nicole,
funny, and a lot
Nicole,
of people
Right.
Oh, okay. She's not a YouTuber. She just makes comedy videos for a living.
But we're just talking about Instagram here. It's not about how funny you are. Again, it's like we're not
made a point-
debating.
So fucking awkward.
We made a point about how the photo that's not as sexy was going to get less likes in it.
And it did.
Click on the comments. I bet you it's mostly dudes.
It's not.
Okay, that I agree with. Let's look at some comments.
Click on the comments. On
Let's
one of
look
the
at some
videos.
comments.
Let's see.
Scroll.
That's a good one. Sweet Tiffany of mine.
Alicia. All right. Or
And then Ben Richard says, "I'm jerking off so hard right now."
Ryan, Mr. Raza, Mr. Arif,
Oh, this is so dumb.
There's a lot of misters in there.
Ricky, Abby. These are a lot of dudes here. Madison, there we go.
lot-
You're a fucking
girls.
pig. You're fat. Young robot.
All right, come on. Let's keep it
So
moving.
weird.
Dude, they're just drilling. They're just drilling her. And then at the end, she's like, this is so weird. This is weird, guys. What do you mean? Maybe it would be weird if they were just picking on some random girl on Instagram who has nothing to do with them, right? Maybe, yeah, sure, okay, that's weird. Whatever. But she chose to insert herself into this situation. Again, it's like if you walk into a fucking boxing ring, fighting somebody that you challenge and then getting beat up and then crying that you got beat up. It's like a fucking Deji made a video after his fight where he's like, I got hit in the ring and it hurt. Okay. Yeah.
It's not weird.
It
It's
is weird.
You're
We're
getting
goofing around.
self-conscious.
It's disrespectful.
No, it's not.
Why
It
is it
is.
disrespectful
Because-
to assume that you have more male followers than female
Because
followers?
when I tell you I don't, then you should be like, okay, so you don't.
We're gonna wrap this one. This has been a fun show. You guys are, it got a little weird and hot at
Yeah.
times,
Got a little weird.
but it's okay.
I hope we can do this again and
I hope
talk,
so.
not talk about comedy and just be funny.
Well, that's okay.
So then she ends the show malding that they weren't funny. Which is the funniest way to end the show, period, right?